In the sun-drenched agora of ancient Athens, where merchants shouted their wares and philosophers debated the nature of virtue, a young man named Alexios pushed his way through the crowd. He was energetic, ambitious, and deeply impatient. He had heard tales of the brilliant, barefoot philosopher Socrates, a man who held the key to true knowledge and success. Alexios believed that if he could just learn Socrates' secret, he could quickly become the most respected and powerful man in the city. He found Socrates near a stone column, engaged in a deep conversation with a group of students. The philosopher was not as a grand figure, but a simple-looking man with a thoughtful gaze. Alexios waited impatiently, tapping his foot, until Socrates finally turned to him. "Old man," Alexios said, perhaps too boldly, "I have heard you possess great wisdom. I want it. Tell me your secret. What must I do to gain the knowledge you have?" Socrates looked at the young man, his eyes seeming to read his very soul. He saw the ambition, but also the lack of patience. A slight smile touched his lips. "Knowledge," he replied. "It is a worthy pursuit. If you truly desire it, meet me at the riverbank tomorrow at sunrise." Alexios was annoyed. He wanted the answer now, not a field trip. But, believing this was some strange test, he agreed. The next morning, the sky was painted in soft pinks and oranges when Alexios arrived at the river. Socrates was already there, standing near the water's edge. "You are here," Socrates nodded. "Good. Walk with me." Socrates waded into the cool water, gesturing for Alexios to follow. The young man was confused. "What does this have to do with knowledge?" he asked. "You will see," Socrates said calmly, walking deeper until the water was at their waists. Suddenly, without any warning, Socrates placed his strong hands on Alexios' shoulders and pushed him under the water. Alexios was shocked. He thrashed and struggled, but Socrates held him down firmly. Panic set in. His lungs burned. He needed to breathe. All his thoughts of ambition, power, and respect vanished. His entire being was focused on one thing, and one thing only, the desperate, burning need for air. He fought with all his strength, his body screaming for survival. Just as Alexios felt he would lose consciousness, Socrates pulled him up. The young man burst through the surface, gasping, coughing, and filling his lungs with precious air. He looked at Socrates with a mixture of terror and anger. "What did you do that for? You tried to kill me," he shouted. Socrates waited patiently until Alexios had caught his breath. His voice was not angry, but quiet and firm. "When you were under the water," he asked, "what did you desire more than anything else?" "Air." Alexios spat. "I wanted air." Socrates nodded slowly, his gaze locked on the young man's eyes. "When you want knowledge," Socrates said, "when you want wisdom as badly as you just wanted air, then you will have it. There is no other secret." Alexios stood frozen in the cold river. The rising sun illuminated the philosopher's face, and for the first time, the young man understood. He had wanted knowledge, yes, but he had not needed it. He had not been willing to sacrifice for it, to focus his entire being on it. His desire was shallow, like a puddle, not deep and desperate like his need for air. He walked out of the river that day a different person. He understood that motivation was not a secret trick or a magic word. It was a fire within, a burning desire so powerful that it consumed all other distractions.